What's going on? McClenney here with my friends from Guitar Center. Today we're going to check out the new Fender Player II Jazzmaster. I'm an artist, a Grammy-nominated producer, singer-songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, a lover of a variety of different gear and music in general. I'm really grateful to have been a part of some really special albums and records from artists as big as Khalid and Her, but then also independent and rising artists. For a long time, I mostly, as a guitar player, played Strats. And a few years ago, I saw someone online demo a 60s Jazzmaster, and then the tone just immediately grabbed me. And so one day I was in West LA, and I went into the Guitar Center over there, and there was a really cool Sunburst classic player Jazzmaster. And immediately, I just connected with it. You know that feeling when you just grab a guitar and then it just feels right. And that really was like the beginning of me getting into Jazzmasters. I play a few different instruments. I'm always thinking about how they all work together. And there are at times where it has a very bright, sparkly sound. And then there's times where you can get it really dark. And I find that actually for me, I really like when it's dark because it still has the presence. It kind of can fill in the mid-range in a really nice way. I love playing Jazzmasters because I think it leaves a lot of room for every guitar player to figure out who they are. And that's really what it means to me. I always love playing instruments that are new to me, especially Jazzmasters, and immediately the neck just felt right. It's a modern C. It's not too thin, it's not too substantial. Literally, as I'm moving up the neck, it just feels so smooth, and if I'm fretting down here, it's not too hard to play. I'm very grateful to have a vintage 1965 Jazzmaster, and there were some things about this guitar that really reminded me of that guitar as well, but with the amazing parts of having a new and modern instrument. So let's dig into this neck pickup a little bit. So for that last demo, I had just a little bit of compression, but I wanted to do something a little bit darker, and the Jazzmaster is really awesome for that because it has a dreamy sort of quality, even when it's not really bright. So that was just a little flavor of the neck pickup. For this next demo, I'm gonna kick on some of my favorite pedals that we have here today. We're gonna keep the compression on. We're gonna use the UA Brigade for some chorus. We have a Klon clone, the Moog low pass filter, and then it ends with one of my personal favorites, the Vintage Deluxe Memory Man. And then we also have the reverb on the amp as well. For that particular demo, the sound I was really going for was something that had a lot of different types of movement. And specifically on the Jazzmaster, I think Jazzmasters take pedals so well because it is in some ways kind of a blank canvas, and the neck pickup in particular, it just gives you a lot of room to play with. It was a lot of fun really seeing what that combination was going to get me. Now that we've spent some time with the neck pickup, let's check out the middle. For this demo, I have just a little bit of compression, otherwise it's clean going right into the amp. One of my favorite parts of the Jazzmaster is the middle position. It's such a perfect blend of the different variations of character in the Jazzmaster. And when you're playing, it's this really nice balance in between where you feel like you can dig in and get some of the things that are cutting through, but then you still get the presence in the body of the darker aspects of the guitar. I really wanted to do something that captured both kind of elements of that. So for this next demo, I'm going to use a capo I brought with me today. I'm also going to have the deluxe Memory Man on right from the beginning, and then I'm going to kick on the Brigade set to vibrato. So when I was playing through that idea and I had the deluxe Memory Man on, I felt like as I was doing that little arpeggiation, I could almost kind of hear some of the spaces in between the notes. And I think a big part of that is in the middle position, you get a clarity with the tone where it's cutting through, but it's not cutting through too much. And I think from a production point of view, you're working with ideas and you're working with sounds that you want to have that you might replace. And as accurately as possible as you can get your initial idea captured, the better the idea is going to become and the more you can build on top of that if you want to layer. The Jazzmaster is amazing for that, particularly in the middle position, and then even more so when you add pedals into the mix. So we're going to start clean, just a little bit of compression. Let's check it out. So in the bridge position, I find that I really like to do even more rhythmic things because it just has a certain color to it. One of the really cool things about the Player II series is that it has this rolled fretboard and it's really, really comfortable. I tend to use my thumb a lot, and I also kind of slide up the fretboard sometimes. Particularly in the bridge position, I find that I do more rhythmic things. It's just very easy to just navigate the fretboard as I'm moving fast or I'm, kind of digging in a little bit more. So for this last demo, we're gonna get just a little bit more aggressive. Let's kick on some pedals and take a listen. For that demo, I really wanted to get a lot more drive, so I really dug into the Klon. We brought in the Strymon Big Sky MX to get a really cool spring reverb. I really wanted to get a bit more dynamic range with that one, and when I played softer, the low-pass filter was really catching that, and when I dug in, it just had that bite and that grit that we really love from Jazzmasters. It still had some body in there, which was really great, and it was just a lot of fun to play with. I loved it. I've spent a few days with this Player II Jazzmaster, and it covers all of the bases. If you are a Jazzmaster player, you're gonna love this. If you're just a player of any guitar, you can do so much with it. It's really an amazing tool to have in the studio because if I wanna just get to great ideas and great tones very quickly, I know that I'll be able to find it here. And I love my vintage Jazzmaster, but it's from 1965. This guitar is far quieter. It has the tone that I love. It's so easy to navigate. It's just the tone that we all know. Unique, left of center, alternative, but individualistic. That's what a Jazzmaster means to me. If you want to learn more about the new Fender Player II Jazzmaster, go to guitarcenter.com, call one of their expert gear advisors, or you can do what I did, stop by your local GC, try this thing out, and fall in love with this instrument, just like I did. It's really a very special guitar.